You know, it was Sea Dogs and it was B Dogs. So there was no, and as you said, it's been noted that Compton is the mecca of Pirus, and as far as I know, all the Crips in Compton don't like no Pirus, and I went through that experience.
You got a name. So have you ever been approached by cut members like, hey, we want you over here?
Yeah, all the time. One happened to notice me and shit. I turned to confront him and I, grabbed my little broad and shit, sagging. Like, where you from? I said, I gave, banged on me, he banged on me or whatever. And he was like,
Welcome back to S.WigginsTV. It's your host of the boss of the voice of the underground West Coast, Worldwide Wiggins. This right here is an interview that's been long in the making. I mean, long time coming. You know what I'm saying? We've been planning this one. Our schedules is conflicting, and when I come back to LA, bro, we kind of far from each other, so it was just, I decided to do this one just as a part one on the phone. We got some things coming up in the future. But, nah, man, this one of the big homies, man, you know what I'm saying? I hollered at Inglewood Crips, they vouch for him. You feel me? I hollered at other Damus, they vouch for him, you feel me? OG homie, you feel me? Here to give a little history, just a taste, you know what I'm saying? So please give it up for, hey, don't let the wheelchair fool you. Big Ant Dog from 456. Olive Pirus. What's the deal, man?
Okay. What up, though, man? What up, though?
Nothing much, man. Happy to have you on here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Much obliged, man. Appreciate it for sure.
So Ant Dog, man, let's run it back, man. Where was Ant Dog born, man?
Originally from Detroit, Michigan, man. You know what I mean? Originally.
Okay. So
originally, yeah, straight up, man. Off the west side of Detroit, Michigan, man.
So what age was you when you migrated down here?
Honestly, I was like 9. I was like 8 I was between the ages of 8, 9, and then my mom passed and shit. So my mom passed like when I was like I want to say 12, and I just came back out here, man, and my auntie just happened to it's crazy. One of my aunties happened to stay up in the Turk and shit, so I stayed with her in Pomona,
Oh yeah, nah, for sure. So when you first came to Pomona, man, because people give me different perspectives, as you can see. They said it was originally black. Then some say it was originally mostly Mexicans over there. So what was it like when you came over there?
Oh, it was all black. I can remember, man, much as I can remember, man, it was, wow. Especially my church. I mean, all over that motherfucker. It was all black, bro. It was black and Mexican, honestly, but it was more black, like coming up. So I come up in my years was I come up in the 80s, bro. So it was all black, bro. Black and a little bit Mexican,
Okay, and you from 456, so it's a stupid question, bro, but how much pressure was you under, bro, being surrounded by all them locs, bro?
That's a hell of a question. I get that. I got that question a lot, bro. But on some real shit, man, I'm gonna say it like this, man. As far as the pressure is concerned, and I just like to fight, bro. So it wasn't really no pressure, homie. I was just down for the get down, bro. I just had that type of mentality. But in all fairness and just being honest, bro, as a member, bro, I have my days, I have my times, where I had to go through some shit, and I got up out that shit, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that's pressure or not, but I didn't see it as pressure. I just saw it something just being a part of the game, man. So
yeah, for sure. So one thing I did notice is that they mentioned another blood gang out there, but I guess it's not as popping or prevalent as 456. Tell us about the bar jud. I think.
That's crazy. I might get. Well, I don't think I get no flack from this. But you know, my turf, homie, the turf, we bang blocks, bro. You know what I'm saying, just to go there. But and it's just from my understanding as a youngster, I just always thought of bar jug just being another block we hung on, but it just happened to be on the west side of Pomona. And I didn't come up under that separation, you know, that separation mindset. You know what I mean? I just knew we had homies on the west side of Pomona.
All right, for sure. And just you know, just as a reference point, when we speak on separation, to me, bro, I don't give a what nobody say. I don't even supposed to be cussing, but I'm cussing. Compton, Watts, Hawthorne, Pomona, to me, is L.A., bro. You in L.A. County, you in L.A., bro. So.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, we have a. Oh yeah, hell yeah. We have to go to L.A. County. We have a L.A. mentality, all that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My homies, we sport. Yeah, hell yeah, we L.A. man. That's right. It ain't but 30. L.A. a fucking 25-minute drive. The city actually. So yeah, it's considered. It's funny you say that, bro, because I come up banging against that was out of Compton, man. I come up banging against.
Oh yeah.
That was yeah. So yeah, it's the same get down though. You know what I mean?
Who some of the hoods you yeah. Tell us about your first county bid and like who you went up against. Respectfully, man. No disrespect to nobody hood.
Like when you say up against, like what you mean? Like what are you implying?
Okay. So I know like you from the '80s, the golden era, the '90s, early '90s. So when you come up in there, you at that time, you feel me? I know Compton Crips is not messing with no Paul rules, so I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was like that. That's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was. Like I mean, it was. See, I come up in the era, homie, where it was just I was a beat off, and it was beat offs and it was Crips. Like it was Sea Dogs and it was beat dogs. So there was no. And as you said, it's been noted that Compton is the mecca of Pirus, and as far as I know, all the Crips in Compton don't like no Pirus, and I went through that experience.
For sure. All right. Well, hey, listen, we skipped over something, man. From the horse's mouth, how did 456 get the name?
That's crazy, man. There's conflicted. There's like different names and different ways. But homie, I'm gonna do it like this. A group of guys came together in an apartment complex, and the gang our gang is come from my understanding from what was told to me is that's why we call it the dice game, because we are really a dice game.
Oh, okay.
When you know what I mean, 4, 5, 6, it's a dice game, homie. So, and we just when I come up, homie, that's crazy. I come up with the love of it. You know what I'm saying? I come up under, I come up, I come up on loving it, longer than Carmenita. You know what I'm saying? And I bailed down I either bailed up to Vassal or I bailed down to Laverne in the set. So, and during that time, it was love. So, but as far as the formation of it, I just know what was told to me, and motherfuckers don't have their opinions, but I think that's what it was right there. But I can be wrong, but I don't think it is what that's as far as I know of.
So Back to the county thing. Like, can you tell us some of the notable B dogs and lokes that you done been locked up with? You know.
Oh wow. Yeah, hell yeah, man. It's hey man, it's a lot on the keyway side, the low side, and on the blood side. So I've met I'm gonna say one. I'm gonna say I met one. I met one blood. I don't know. I'm getting no flack for this, but my nigga HB, man, and shout out to HB from Miller Gangster, man. That was a known homie that I knew coming up. And as far as the keyway side, and you see, that was like really smashing, man. That was really on their shit. I knew one crip homie that was on his shit, that and this is good. My started boxing insane out of Long Beach. He was with the boys, man. So, and I respected it. You know what I'm saying? Anytime a mom was, of my equal, whatever, as far as his gangster, I can respect it, bro. You know what I mean?
All right.
But there's other crips too. But them was some, Dude Dirty from East Coast, C102. He was another that was another crip that was with the boys, But as for, and the homies HB.
And remember, it ain't got to be no depth. It ain't necessarily got to be names that was in there smashing. Just popular names that like, oh, I remember that from YA or the county. Or
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, I knew a name Snoop 111, man. Into in hood. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he was a reputable in YA, so I knew. Looney, Dooney from 29th Street, Sacramento. I shout out to him. Munch from 29th Street. Shout out to him. The homies, man. I got a homie named Playboy 135. Shout out to him. My Booney from 2P out of Pomona. Shout out to him. It's so many homies. And I come up with some straight hitters, dog. You know what I mean? We'll be all night, dog, talking about this. You know what I'm saying? So, but, yeah, man, my thing was, I was really big on respect, man. You know what I mean? So, and like I say, these dudes were respectful, man. You know what I mean? They was like with the boys, man, like I say.
And, I got to do this again, man. I got to do this one again, like, from the horse's mouth. Is there any Paul Rules from Compton that came up there and started 456? How did y'all adopt the Paul Rule identity?
Okay, to my knowledge, I don't know. I don't know that. I don't think so. You know, I don't believe that. Coming up, I didn't hear that. Like coming up, like that. Some Compton came. Paul Rules came out and started our turf. Nah. No, I don't believe it. I don't. I never heard that. But I can be like I said, I could be wrong. I was 12 years. I've been 12. I never heard. Or whatever. I never heard that. No.
Okay. But you guys was definitely responsible for starting Oak Park Bloods. At least help.
There's a homie that we have that started that went up there and started this extended version of the turf, whatever, if you will. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And we have love. It's love up there. I've experienced the love in Sacramento. You know what I'm saying, with this 456 thing. So yeah, a lot of like now. It's a lot of my homies. A lot of my homies don't know that, but they know it, but they don't know it. And then the way it is now, it's kind of messed up. Yeah, man, it's love up there, bro. As far as I know of.
I got a question. I'm gonna throw a little curveball in there. You feel me? How do you feel about How do you feel about You ain't gotta answer. You ain't gonna answer. You ain't gonna answer, man. But how you feel about
What?
homies being cut, man?
That's a good question, man. I don't usually touch about. I already trip on this, but since I'm not, how do I feel?
Yeah.
Um, I don't really feel, bro, on it. You know what I'm saying? I look at it like this. You choose your path of life, bro, when you this gang, when you this gang. So, uh, for me, I just choose not to go that route because that's just politics. So, and homie, I don't, and to be honest with you, my older homies, I know homies that was, and they always, you know, told me don't go that direction. So that's what I always believed in. You know what I mean? And these was homies that was dealing with that. You know what I'm saying? So, and I've always, even, and I got homies that's with both, and I just never went that route, bro.
Now,
it's a trust. Me, honestly, it's a trust thing because you it's a double-edged sword basically. So, but
yeah. Having said that, when you say Ant Dog, Keyways and Don Moose say, "Oh yeah, I could vouch for that for sure." So you got a name. So have you ever been approached by, the cut members like, "Hey, we want you over
oh
here"?
yeah, all the time. I mean, that's my time wasn't spent on no. My time was spent in a serious situation as far as prison goes. So yeah, my approached me, man. I just felt, that I always felt like, if it regarded a blood or whatever, that's an issue that we all have to deal with from all hoods. You know what I'm saying? And you got to understand, I didn't come up with the separation. I come up that we all are one. You know what I'm saying? So when it came down to doing things or whatever, if you will, I just looked at it as we all as one, man. You know what I'm saying? And we all supposed to know what's going on. So, and when it comes to politics, that wasn't the case. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And again, how do you feel now that you got Crips and Bloods coming together to fight other Crips and other Bloods? Is that like?
Wow, that's crazy. That's just to me. That's just me, like, you know what I mean? Because that's not. It's funny, bro. I ain't really particularly with that, but as far as a member, and that was my style. But what I can say is this: there's always been like and I know this goes for any hood, all hoods, dog. There's always been enemies that we went against, and you can rest assured that it was either a Crip or a Blood, depending on where you was from, that probably tagged it on and bust on it with us. You know what I'm saying? Because they just didn't like them either. You know what I'm saying? And it just happened like that. Now it's just more widespread now. You know what I'm saying? It's just more known now. You see what I'm saying? You get what I'm talking about? It's like there's that we with, like a Crip that we with back in the days, and he didn't bust on our enemies with us. You see what I'm saying?
Oh.
Now it's just more widespread now. It's just more, that's what we do. But I don't think, as a member, homie, no, I don't condone that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Your enemies are your enemies, and that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? Now it's all about clicking up now. You know what I'm saying? Which, that's not what was about coming up.
All right. No, I respect it, and that's real talk. I agree with you, bro. All right, so I just got a couple more questions, man. This is just part one, man. But can you give us a little story, man? How and you ain't got to say the hood if you don't want to, but where you may have gave a motherfucker a pass, or you may have gotten a pass. Like just a little funny story, coming up in the hood. You got caught out of bounds.
I'm gonna do a pass on the Keyway side. Okay, watch this. They had in Pomona. This they had everybody don't know this too. In Pomona, they got it's called a Grand Prix, man, and everybody go there. You know what I'm saying? It be Bloods. My homies go there, and it be the Keyways going there. You know what I'm saying? It just all depends on who go there. You know what I'm saying? So I was out one night, saying my little chick, and she had to be a Crip. You know what I'm saying? So, and my colors, like, our turf colors is like, we wear around black, red, and black, you know what I'm saying? So I got my little red and black on with the red trim and this. And this was when the days when I was rocking the snakeskin belts, you know what I'm saying? So, me and baby, we fall up in this month Grand Prix, and they got the little go-karts you race on, you drive race on the and they got the little video games up in this month. So, I got my brownies hanging out my back pocket. I got my red snakeskin belt on, I got my black Nike, the red, you know, like that Nike thing. I got my hat on, you know what I'm saying? And me and my baby, we at the game, playing a little game. Man, I have to look to my left at where the door is at. Man, it's coming through, and they from DeWardy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, shit. And this is in the '80s, dog. So this, like I say, this is when, if you know, you was a B-dog or you was a Crip. So in my turf, we really, honestly, back then we really wasn't tripping with DeWardy like that. We was, but we wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And then it was like family. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so me and baby on the game. And, like I said, I look, and it's like just walking past me. I'm like, damn. So one happened to notice me, and I turned to confront him, and I, you know, grabbed my little broad and sagging. Like, where you from? I gave, you know, banged him in the city, he banged on me or whatever. And he was like, that's what's up, you know what I'm saying? And the thing was this, man, during that time, homie, and not to say I'm a toughie or whatever, I just was like in the moment. I had my, you know, and then plus I had this broad with me, so you gotta, you know, put it on thick. When I don't even say thick, I was just down for the moment, homie. And I said my hood, and he said they said they hood and shit, and here was the thing. They was like on the same thing that I was. They was they little broads, you know what I'm saying, and they was trying to have a good time. And the cool thing was that we wasn't on no game bang. Even though it was there, it was just because at the end of the day, it was like, yeah, my cousin from your hood, homie. I'm like, that's what's up, homie. But I want you, whoop, whoop, whoop. And I mean, he's like, I want you, whoop, from dude, you know, whoop, whoop. I said, all right. And that's what it was, man. You know what I'm saying? And that was in the time when it was really on, dog. So
for sure.
It's a trip how you know asking that question and you talk about moments and shit. And in the moment, it wasn't even with the niggas at that time I didn't consider as, you know, so-called enemies or whatever as it is today. You know what I'm saying? 2025 is different now, but that was just one of those moments, man. And we didn't go there, man. But
for sure.
Yeah, man, that was just one of those moments.
Hey, where was your girl from, bro? Where's your girl from?
She was. Watch this. The cold part about it, she was from Southside Village, homie.
Ah.
She was from Southside Village, man, and we was doing all that shit. She's known to this day, dog. You know what I mean? She's you know, I ain't gonna shout her name out, but yeah, she known to this day, dog. I can actually shout her name out, homie, and it'd be a trip. How much to be, but yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? She was and she was my bride. She was the boy too. You know what I mean? We just, you know, she looking at me like, and you know how you after everything was over, and it's like one of them heave-ho moments, like, and she's looking at me like, that's what's up. You know what I mean?
Hey, okay. Last question. How did you end up cracking her, bro?
Watch this, dog. How that's a good question. I end up cracking her. That's a trivia. You ask this question, man. No, I was with this other female, man, and she stayed on the street in Pomona called Town in Cross, Michigan, and we used to all hang down there. And this other female stayed like in the same apartment complex with her, and she actually slipped me her number, like slipped me old girl's number, and because she came over. The female that slipped me old girl's number was showing my girl at the time, her baby, brand new baby or whatever. But she slipped me her friend's number, which was a girl from our Southside Village. And I ended up calling her, bro. And she stayed. She didn't stay in Pomona. She stayed in out to Loma. And I ended up going over there and she told me, actually she snuck me. It's a crazy story, man. She was so down, homie, and she actually when I first went to her house, dog, she snuck me through the garage. She had her own car, you know what I'm saying? And I found out her daddy had money back then, you know what I'm saying? But she snuck me through the garage. She passed her mama and daddy's house, room to her room, homie, and I fucked her, dog, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
no bullshit, but I cracked her. I knocked her by, you know what I'm saying, getting her number, and I was talking to her. Actually, I was banged the fuck out of him, and she knew that, you know what I'm saying, but I was talking to her on the phone, and I think this was like 87, 88. You know, I was talking to her, and she ended up, she had relatives from Pueblos. And I remember leaving Pomona. Actually, she called me one night while I was with this other chick out of Pomona at the apartment complex, and I got dressed, and she called me on the phone. She said, "I'm gonna come get you," yada yada yada, and I got dressed, and it was friction because I left the house to see my other chick. She pulled up. I looked at her, stared like, she pulled up on me. So I ended up going outside, jumping in the car with her, and I told her, "Baby, just drive off." Baby came out and like, she's like, "You what, mother? You ain't shit." Just drive off. So we ended up driving off, homie, and LA, and went to the Pueblos. And, you know what I mean? We actually had a cool thing, man, me and baby, man. But it was one of them things where blood with Crips. A Crip girl was kind of like not really out range. It was happening. Homegirls with Crips and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? It just we kept it on the low. You know what I mean? Yeah, I want to shout her name out, man, but we kind of. I really want to shout her name out, dog, because it'll give my. Matter of fact, her name is Kat, bro, from Southside Village, and you can look that up, and she will confirm this if she's heard this story, dog. We were young, homie. And I guarantee you she'll confirm this, dog.
So at first, you weren't really like skeptical, like she was gonna set you up, being a Paru?
No. I never thought of it like that. I'm gonna tell you, homie. Man, back then, I was 18, homie, fresh out that Y. I was fresh out that YA. She just cause I remember, bro. I remember. She dropped me off like in the outskirts of the turf on Town and all the farm, and I kind of bailed through the turf. And we never tripped on it, dog. It wasn't no. I think she actually came up with that. She actually dropped me off on Digby and she actually dropped me off on Digby and Manville in the turf. So she actually came that far up in the turf, dog, and dropped me off. So, and no, I never thought the thing we had was, on some real. The thing we had was it was love. I don't even lie. We were just from the other side. I was a down move and she was a Crip. So it wasn't about. No, I don't think. And she'll vouch for this too. We kind of, because the reason why I trip on him, is because I ended up going to jail, dog, and I ended up bumping into one of her homeboys, and he was like, "Yeah," he say, "Damn, you with the home?" I said, "Yeah, man. But what's up with her?" And she ended up writing me when I went to prison, dog. She got my hook up. And like I said, we had a cool little thing, dog. And she actually, you know how you go away from some shit, go away from a female, or go away from some. You found out that they really had love for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what that's what it was with us. She actually had love. We actually, you know, she actually had love, man. And I had to go to prison, and I found that out. And we actually got into it because the homegirls had jacked her up when I went to prison or whatever, and she was, you know, talking letters. I kind of, you know, looked at the letter and shit. But yeah, we had a cool little thing, man. You know what I mean? And I was full-fledged, man. And she really wasn't. I didn't look at her as no full-fledged gangbanger, as a quick female, because I never seen her. Have I seen her around her homegirls or homeboys? Nah, not really. And I was back then. We was on my turf street with her hood too. So it was like, but it wasn't no us in the Southside villages, man. My turf in the Southside villages, I mean, it was up with us, but it wasn't like, yeah, it wasn't like that. You know what I mean? It wasn't no, you know, we had a little, I guess I could, you know, we could say we had a little love thing. You know what I mean?
For sure. And dog, you cold.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I didn't give a fuck either way. If she tried to set me up anyway, because it was, you have to understand, you know, and just to add extension to the story, being where I'm from, we was always ready for, you know, for that setup, whatever. You know, I was always, if she was gonna set me up, it would have to be away from my turf, and it was just like whatever. But I don't, you know, nah. I can't say she probably would have. I don't think she would have, but you can't put that past nobody, especially now. But you know, back then it was grimy too. So you know what I mean. But that was, you know, those special from the '80s, man. It wasn't no joke.
Yeah, I heard. For sure. And dog, it was a pleasure, man. It's just part one, man. Hey, believe me, this one finna go up. I'm telling you.
All the time, man. All the time. It was all. Hey, it was all. Like I said, I drank some coffee, man. I smoked the blunt, smoke. Yeah, I'm kind of up. So I was like, let me go and holler on Mr. Wiggins, man. You know what I'm saying? It's you know, in closing, man, let me say this, though. I know this is part one. You know, the gang life, man. You know, now that I'm older, you know, I don't condone it. It served no purpose. Like it did then when I was younger, because it wasn't really tripping on it. But it served no purpose now, man. You know what I mean? It really don't, because now it's like, you know, just to go there, dog. You got Bloods and Crips on me that's got a lot of love for each other, dog. That's real talk. And then it's like, it's like you got motherfuckers on my. I ain't gonna say I got love for my enemies or whatever, but I know on the other side that, you know, I was cool with, you know what I'm saying, it's vice versa, you know what I'm saying, that, and that's the difference, homie. So I look at the gang now and I say, like, well, we at with it, man. You know what I mean? We just out here on some senseless shit, bro.
Yeah.
If you want to, you know, talk about it, let's talk about getting some property, man, and get some for our children, homie, making it right for them. Otherwise, man, we just out here on some way out, man, and making it. It's just what, you know. I ain't gonna go too far into it, but you already know what's up, man.
Nah, real talk, bro. I appreciate it, man. Hey, S.WigginsTV, at dog 456 Paul Road, part one. We out here. Salute.
All the time, for sure, one.